Hello, welcome to Until My Batteries Expire. If this is your first time to the channel, I usually post videos of the events I have personally attended, such as comic and cosplay conventions, wrestling shows, that sort of thing. I have previously posted videos discussing the wrestling promotions in the Philippines, and this video is the latest in that series. So let's get right down to it. Let's talk about Filipino Pro Wrestling, FPW. They are one of the free active wrestling promotions in the Philippines, and until August of 2024 were considered the youngest promotion in the country. However, their roster also includes some of the most experienced competitors in the Philippine wrestling scene. They ran their biggest show ever last month, their first self-described premium live event, Unfinished Business. FPW is the successor to Philippine Wrestling Revolution, PWR. At its peak, PWR was the largest wrestling promotion in the country, with a roster of roughly 30 wrestlers and several titles to contend for. That all changed when the pandemic happened in 2020. Forcing a stop to all in-person sports and entertainment events. PWR did not survive the pandemic, officially shutting down in October 2022. Red Oliero, who was PWR company president at the time of their closure, then announced the creation of Filipino Pro Wrestling. The wrestlers and staff of the now fallen PWR would join Red Oliero on his new venture. Red himself would reveal in a 2024 AMA that PWR went under because of a dispute between himself and the company's owners. According to Oliero, he wanted a share of the ownership of PWR, which the owners never gave him. FPW ran their first show on October 16, 2022. Entitled Unfinished Business, this live event was, as per FPW management, a soft launch for the company. FPW ran two such soft launch events before formally launching their maiden season in 2023. Their live events branded as FPW Astig. The company has achieved several milestones in the 2 years since, such as crowning Mike Madrigal as their first, and so far current, champion. He was awarded a gorgeous title belt produced by Figure 4 Championships, a Philippine-based championship belt maker who usually receives orders from abroad. Mike Madrigal's title reign is now over 500 days, another milestone for FPW. Madrigal is set to achieve another milestone for FPW when he defends the FPW Championship later this October against New Japan Pro Wrestling's Jeff Cobb, who, as of this writing, was the recent New Japan TV champion. Indeed, FPW has been able to bring in foreign talent to the delight of wrestling fans in the Philippines. New Japan mainstay Robbie Eagles is one other notable big name who competed in one of their shows last year. He had previously performed in PWR before the pandemic lockdown happened. FPW also achieved the milestone of having their shows included on broadcast for Tap Sports and Blast TV. Tap Sports is available on local cable, while Blast TV is a streaming service. FPW is currently the only active local wrestling promotion with a broadcast deal. That being said, despite achieving impressive milestones, FPW still has challenges as a growing promotion and business. Having a streaming contract by itself isn't enough to keep the company's finances strong, for instance. Company owner Red Oliero himself has stated that it's his responsibility to build FPW as a sustainable business, where the talent can make a living as full-time pro wrestlers. He's also a major proponent in developing the Philippine stand-up comedy scene as a sustainable venture, where the comedians can make a living from telling jokes. Another factor FPW has to work with is their roster. FPW inherited the roster of PWR, but they have yet to unlock that roster's full potential strength. For example, FPW has no tag team or women's division, which PWR had when it closed down. This is because many of the wrestlers who joined FPW didn't compete right away. Some were recovering from injury or were prioritizing their work outside of wrestling. Several former PWR talents did eventually make their FPW debut in 2023 and 2024, but it remains to be seen whether everyone will return to in-ring competition. FPW's 2024 roster depth also took a hit, with talent leaving or becoming inactive. Nina relocated to America. She was the lone female wrestler for the majority of FPW's maiden season and gained a lot of support from the live audience. Vlad Sinsik was a staple of PWR and was actively competing in the early months of FPW before transitioning to his current role as timekeeper. Marky, the Kakai Bro, had the misfortune of getting injured in a road accident while in the middle of a simmering feud with James Martinez. Marky has yet to wrestle this year. Robin is another FPW talent who was sidelined with an injury for part of 2024. She returned to action at FPW's first premium live event, Unfinished Business. Bolt, meanwhile, is out of FPW. He had raised his profile in FPW's first year, but then he was fired after being investigated for sexual misconduct allegations. But then, injuries and departures can hit any wrestling promotion. FPW, to their credit, has been able to keep running shows and offer a product that continues to attract wrestling fans. The company is set to run their next live edition of FPW Astig on October 20. It will feature the return of New Japan's Jeff Cobb. He will challenge Mike Madrigal for the FPW Championship. Outback Adam from Australia will make his return. He will face off against James Idol Martinez. And we have the first appearance of Singapore Grapple Max's SPD. This October's edition of FPW Astig is set to build on the momentum the company has made from Unfinished Business. It could be their final show of the 2024 season. And with that, thank you for your time. If you like this video, do consider hitting like and subscribe.